We went to the Mayan ruins and a private beach on board the Norwegian Prima, and this is how it went. We docked in Costa Maya, and we booked this excursion through Norwegian. It was a 9-hour excursion, very long day, and I will say my biggest complaint about this excursion is the amount of time we spent on the road. We docked in Costa Maya, and it was at least an hour to an hour and a half to get to the ruins. We had an amazing tour guide named Daniel. He was amazing, and he is actually a descendant of the Mayans, and he speaks the Mayan language. He was phenomenal. We walked through the ruins. This took about 2 hours to kind of walk through. The terrain was pretty rugged. I would say if you're mobility impaired, this is probably not the excursion for you, but it was beautiful. We had perfect weather, and it was really cool to see these ancient temples and learn about the Mayan history. It was a beautiful day, and ultimately we really loved the Mayan culture. You were able to walk up these massive steps that, can you believe, were built 2,000 years ago. It is insane. But we popped back onto the bus, and it was another hour to the beach. And the beach was in Mexico, which is considered magical in the language. And the beach came with food, it came with drinks, but the food itself it wasn't a huge meal, but you could get seconds. It was down a really, really long dirt road, and I cannot imagine how this bus got down this road. I will be honest, it felt a little sketchy, but overall we were safe. But just keep in mind that it takes you out of satellite for sure. You had no cell service. This is the beach. They did warn us about the seaweed, so we expected that coming to the beach. The kids loved playing. They found so many conch shells and different wildlife in the ocean, and they had no complaints about the beach. We watched the sunset go down, and it was beautiful before we headed back to the port. Like I said, the biggest complaint is the amount of driving with this excursion, and when we got back to the port, it was dark. So it was another probably 30 to 45 minutes once we left the beach to get back to the port, and there was nobody there. I've never been to the port where there was literally nobody. It felt eerily creepy trying to get onto the ship, even though we knew they were not going to leave us and we were on time. It was just an eerie feeling. But overall, this was a great excursion. We really did love checking out the Mayan ruins. But just keep in mind, it's just a very long day. Definitely follow us for more. You can check out all the excursions we did on board the Norwegian Prima on the 7-day Western Caribbean cruise.
I know that's